Guys, it's MJ from Alta Love. How are you? I wanted to go live just to send out lots of love. I'm very aware the energies are incredibly heightened right now, and I'm really just wanting to send out one of those big virtual hugs, and that, like, we do got this. But there's a lot of really profound energies being cleared, energies being healed. It's like big time energies being exposed, being really kind of lifted into our awareness. So what I'm talking about really is like some of those deepest, long held suffering patterns, disempowered patterns that a lot of us feel that have burdened us or weighed us down throughout our lives. And so, again, I have spoken of this before, but there's a lot of simultaneity happening. So we're like very quickly shifting and or transforming those old patterns and stepping into new realities. For example, part of why I wanted to go live today is just sharing my new reality where I am today. And Team Love is here scouting retreat locations. We're actually in the French Alps. And again, it's like this energy of giving of self versus like seeking and trying to take, and this really just kind of dropped into our world. Hi, Kulula, how are you? And so there's like these portals of reality opening up for Alta Love, and opening up for the mission as far as our holding space for people and our ability to congregate, if that's what's really meant to be for the Alta Love movement, right? And so here we are in this absolutely exquisite place, and I wanting to go live because it's like that paradox. And even like on social media, we were like, hey, look at everybody, I'm in this, isn't my life awesome? And I wanting to share, like, it is beautiful, and I'm so blessed, and like we're feeling so blessed to be here. And at the same time, I had a massive clearing this morning, and like a whole bunch of deep dark shit coming up as far as like deep threads of, rejection and disempowerment and enslavement, and that imbalanced structure of the male, of a kind of male dominant paradigm, right? And that's our own male dominance. Hey, Kristen Ann. Hi, good morning. How are you? It's actually almost afternoon here. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of this like no way, so did I. Oh, see, yeah, and I want to share with you guys that that's actually kind of my life now. I wouldn't necessarily say every single day, but like most days now, I have like some kind of emotional storm, some kind of like deep clearing, and then ride it out. And then there's like another one. It's almost 4 a.m. here. Why are you up so early / late? Truth, kindness. Good morning to you. So we're seeing, again, it's the same themes, you guys. I don't know, but you would just look up 818 for sure. So we're having this massive clearing, this intense healing, this huge energy expansions as far as like suddenly the sensitives, the empaths, these like more energetically aware people are really coming into that awareness and like seeing more subtleties in a more accelerated way. And so as much as we might be feeling intensity or feeling density, we're actually stepping into our power. I'm busy avoiding dealing with that. Yes, exactly. Our avoidance of feeling the discomfort, our avoidance or denial of wanting to look at whatever depth there is often, again, what stagnates us or what keeps us stuck in those old realities. So we keep attracting back that until we rise above it. Yes, and there is, like, I mean, that's part of the practice. Every single moment is a new beginning, and every day, every breath is an opportunity for us to be new, see it from fresh eyes. And I'm just really honoring the emotional depths and that kind of very it's so clear to me like how deep the program goes, that the external world, or the so-called world that we've created, is the only real world, and that all these emotions are and that was some comments from a couple on one of my posts, with some of you guys saying like, my DM tells me to get with the real world, or, you know, get with the program and stop that emotional silliness. And I'm somebody who's like, no, I want to feel my emotions, and I don't judge myself, and I'm not ashamed of the intensity or the depth, right? It is shocking that much human behavior is avoidance. Yeah, and I guess we all do it to a certain degree, and yet at some point on the journey of suffering, we realize that if we keep avoiding, if we keep distracting, if we keep denying, we don't heal. We just attract different people with the same energetic circumstances and never really grow into that manifested reality which we're desiring. And here's like the weirdest paradox, you guys. When you arrive at your dreams, you don't necessarily feel like how you think you're going to feel when you project the dream out there, or when you intend to create that dream. You'll arrive in your own dream, but you're already manifesting the next level. So you know, this is like a dream, being in a place like this, being with lovely, wonderful people. And yet there's so much depth, and there's so much subtleties of the energetic exchanges going on, that I can honestly recognize like there's just more, right? There's more of us. It's okay to feel, right? There's more of us feeling, there's more of us shedding, there's more of us shining light. And so it's like us just having to get used to life being really rather beautiful, and like our connections and the people that we know that we can be ourselves with, those really true, deep, lasting connections, we can maintain those. We can stay with those, and then those connections are what help us manifest and amplify our desired manifestation. And for a lot of us, it's really important that we are pioneering our own empowerment in this world, as it were, but from that higher perspective, right? That higher consciousness, hence this idea of a new paradigm. And you guys here with me, hanging out, following this stuff, and staying in your integrity, and staying in your truth, and knowing that you're not crazy and insane for being compassionate. You're not crazy for feeling that this is par for the course. This is part of the collective awakening. And so we encourage one another to keep going. And so in the last couple days as well, just to share with you guys, like, some of the depth that's been coming through me is like this really profound sense of mourning the end of the world in that way, right? Again, you guys know I'm not about fear mongering at all, but when you think of this movement, this new paradigm movement, this new earth, energetically, we really are shifting to that focus. Hence, the old world is dying. And sometimes it's not just about our own personal lives, but energetically speaking, sometimes the depth of like that intuitive feeling is like, oh, like we're actually letting go. We're really, really saying goodbye to the world that we all created over the last thousands of years. And feelings without labels are just energy, exactly. And the more detached we can be, the easier it is to move through them and just observe what that energy is communicating to us as individuals for clarity on our own path. And yet, if we deny, if we avoid feeling the feelings, we never get to know ourselves, right? One of your videos is such a beautiful energy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know, I'm so thankful to Aluna. Like, look, 11 and a 1 thumbs up, 11 and 1. I'm so thankful for her sharing. And yeah, so there's a lot of positive momentum, and at the same time, the simultaneity might mean that we feel like we're in the thick of it. Like, we feel like we're literally swimming around in our own shit. and that weirdly, we have to swim around in it to clean it up. You know, we have to kind of see it and be okay with it, and then say, yeah, I can see that. Like, we all have a whole bunch of stuff, but we can clean it up. We're very powerful humans. We can clean up our mind. We can clean up our vibration. It just means we have to sit in some ick. And weirdly, I know it seems so simple, but I'm like, that seems to be what people avoid. People literally run away from me when they realize what I'm actually saying. I'm like, no, go into that. And then they're just like, no, like, you're crazy. And then they run away. And I'm like, okay. And then usually they regress or go into a pattern. And you just like, you gotta love. Because the only practice really is like the love. I gotta feel love for self, feel love for everybody, but trust the intuition way more. Listen to the intuition way more, and like give ourselves permission to really step into that inner knowing. That's but part of like flipping the paradigm of a male dominance, because that it's imbalanced, and we can't continue to create a world based on an imbalanced perception. It's going to topple over, and it is. So we're just now having to put both feet on the ground, integrate ourselves to be whole humans so that we can manifest a more beautiful, harmonious reality. Like, that's literally the only reason Oz here, is because I'm like, come on guys, we can love each other, right? And it is working. I have a lot more love in my life. I have a lot more self-love. It is there, Kristen Ann, like the feeling you have after the emotional storm, and this is what I talk about in my book, The Fearless Life Guide, is like, it is a reward. Like when you weather a storm, an emotional storm, and you like bust through a bunch of layers, you shift your vibration. It's alchemy. You're literally enlightening the cells of your body by just sitting and letting your body as an ecosystem purge itself, cleanse itself. Just like the world we live in has storms that clear, rain that washes stuff away, and then births new life. As a being, we are that. Of course, we are the world. It's all reflected back to us. The lessons of how we live in harmony with this planet. The planet shows us how to live in harmony. We just at some point decided to disconnect from it and dominate it, right? Pretend like we're better than the planet and then rape it, basically. And now we're like, fuck, we can't do this anymore. We're going to destroy our only home, right? And so now humans are waking to that, seeing the disparity of the destruction, and that this is the kind of, we have to integrate the destruction. We have to integrate that darkness from within ourselves, and that's what we're saying, right? Once you navigate through that darkness, you come out the other side, and you're just like, more peace, more love, more clarity, more desired manifestation. But something, you know, my inner circle are very much facing is that it's relentless. That's why I think we have to keep showing up to share with one another, that it doesn't end. You know, you don't have one emotional healing or go to one healer once and then you're done. The emotional work continues. I keep having to face aspects of unconscious. I keep having to face aspects of darkness. And honestly, the more I like try to think I know why I'm doing this, that, or the other, it just sends me off course. Presence is like literally the only way, because in every present moment there's like a new reality that's not what my mind tried to project onto it, and then I'm just like having to reground into it. Abundance. Oh, Max Mix, like I'm so happy to see you here. I'm so happy to see you here. So that's it for me, I think, you guys. I want to give you the biggest love hug ever, and sending out all of my appreciation for you and all. And who knows how it will continue to evolve. But for now, it would appear that Alta Love has perhaps, but I'm not for sure, an opportunity to hold retreat in a very beautiful place in the French Alps. It's quiet, it's nature-filled. I don't know anything about Donkey Kong, truth kindness, actually. But yeah, there's this space, and it's behind me. There's like a fireplace, a centered fireplace. It's kind of like beautiful and rustic. There's a pool down below, so in the summertime we could like chill, we could do yoga outside, have chat, sit by the pool. You too, Kristen Ann. And then in wintertime we could do like ski and yoga retreats. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll see how it evolves. Again, there's nothing firm in place. I suppose video game gorillas aren't pertinent to spiritual development. Hey, truth, kindness, everything is pertinent to spiritual development. If anything, the fact that I would say like this always got me when people would be like, oh, it's not spiritual. I'm like, everything is spiritual. This whole reality is based on spirit. We've just created a world where we try to deny the spiritual connection. And because it's getting all fucked up, now we're having to reclaim the sacred, we're having to reclaim our spiritual connection and close the gap of disparity of us thinking it's not all spirit. Everything that's made manifest is energetic essence, right? Is energetic intent. And then that is what's creating our perceived reality. And all of this law of attraction manifestation stuff is just profound, but I think it's part of a greater awakening for the good of humanity and for the good of all. So we must carry on, in as much love as we can muster. And, at some point meet and continue to shine light, living in both 3D and 4D. Yeah, I do believe that, because we're reaching into both worlds. We're reaching from 4 and 5Ds. We're reaching into the 3D, and because there's love there. There's sometimes I see a lot of us as bridge makers, bridge builders. We're bridging worlds, right? I know, Aluna, what a legend. I'm so thankful for Aluna, for real, and all of you guys for showing up and aligning and reflecting back some love that I really needed. So yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, so those of us who kind of align with what I'm talking about, both at the same time, yes. Yeah, so we're like bridging. We're like creating businesses or ending up in places and ending up interacting with people who are assisting in the ushering of higher consciousness, right? We're literally building a bridge into a new world. Hence the kind of confusion, the mass confusion, because those of us doing this work, it's invisible for the most part, right? It's intuitive, it's energetic, it's invisible, and it's a hell of a lot bigger than us as individuals. So hence internet is helping us to bridge and make the connections of the new grid, right? So the new grid is anchoring in, which is uprooting the old, hence some of the mourning that we're mourning the loss or the death of the old world, the old paradigm, because there's still attachments to it. There's still love for the progress and industry and all these revolutions we've had. And yet this next awakening is a global paradigm shift. So it's like no other revolution that we've ever witnessed, experienced, or seen in human form on this planet, right? So it's exciting times. The new girl felt lighter yesterday. What about the twin flames too? Very interesting. Yeah, I don't. What happens to the ones that stay asleep? Well, they just stay asleep in their reality, and that's part of our ability to kind of step out of the idea that there's one world and one limited reality. Is that we really are all living in a multi-dimensional reality, perceiving through that lens. And those of us desiring a new paradigm are collectively imprinting an agreement to imprint and then thus create a new world. And then I talked about this in one of my, maybe the new paradigm video, but splitting off of timelines. So like we're bifurcation of reality and a deepening of our understanding of multidimensionality and what that means inside our own consciousness. It's really about us expanding. And this is why our emotions are such a big piece, because the deeper we go into the emotional field, the more we expand our consciousness, the more we are we're a fuller container of the world that we are in co-creation with, right? And then that gives us greater pulling power, and that helps us integrate, and then that helps us shine light and be more clear for one another. Because, I mean, let's be honest, guys, like most of us are really just here for each other. It's not, there's not like some grandiose plan to make Molly this or that. It's just like, how can I share more of like what I'm getting inside? Because, and again, with heightened emotional times, which we're in, like these are big shifty times, heightened emotions, big decisions from within ourselves. People commit themselves. People go off the railing because we live in such mass denial, because we've all been imprinted, your emotions are bad or you're crazy for this, that. Then people think they're going crazy and they commit themselves. So this message is important for our brothers and sisters, this message that they're okay to feel, because the backlash and the resistance is powerful too. And that you could say the resistance is part of our own self-doubt, but at some point on our journey, certainly in my experience, we have to almost become very, hi Melanie, how are you? Certainly what I'm feeling is just this fierce love of like what I tolerate and what I don't tolerate. And owning the intuition to give me the permission to step away from situations if I don't resonate, or see what I see and know that that's what I see, and that I'm not going to pretend that my intuition is wrong or or that I'm just a little bit too out there, right? Oh, lovely to see you as well, live. So this is our potential all to love, all to love. When you feel the 3D and 4D and they're completely different, it's so interesting to integrate into every day. Oh my God. It's a wild ride, right? Like it's just, and this is, I think, part of sharing is that when we're in our physical realities, there's not many of us, right? But here, you're guided to this platform of YouTube. Suddenly you start to reach the people around the world who actually understand what you're saying. And then it permissions us to keep going, right? So right now I'm in the French Alps. And again, this was kind of guided. This place just dropped into my reality. There's nothing concrete, but this is potentially a space where All to Love might hold a retreat maybe once a year. It is so beautiful, isn't it? And again, it just dropped in because my lessons over the last year was that, like, I actually have to stop controlling anything. I have to stop trying to get anything or trying to force anything because it just doesn't work anymore. Like, I literally can't try to mechanically manipulate my reality. It just doesn't go anywhere. Like, that's it. And like, I'm aware of this pure ego. So it's like the heart field, everything's open. And like, I've basically let go of all the toxicity. I've shed and released and healed all of those abusive patterns, right? And like I'm saying this with my biz, but with Katie, I'm just like, and now we're here, right? I have done retreats. I spent 6 years a fairly not prestigious, but like an award-winning retreat in Devon as a yoga teacher and host. I was there for 6 years, and that was part of this next level. I was intuitively guided to let it go because I have to focus on all to love. But then this popped up. I've been to Morocco 3 times with people doing surf and yoga. Hey, John Beatty! And now this place literally just sort of landed in my reality, and the person here just has an intent to give back. They just want to give back, and they have this space which they'd like to use to help people feel better, and that's pretty much my service and my job in the world of economy. I just am here to make you feel okay about who you are. I know. So French Alps, if you guys want to come out here. Sorry guys, I'm cutting out. The internet connection is bad. Yeah, French Alps. Yeah, so next May, June-ish time, but just, you know, I'll keep you posted, obviously, it's important. And then we'll do yoga, we'll hang by the pool, probably go for some hikes, maybe bring some massage people in and just, you know, just heal and love and be all gooey and exchange really positive information and golden nuggets of our new paradigm. And then if that goes well next summer, we'll do like one ski retreat, a ski and yoga retreat, and then like a summer bliss retreat up here in the mountains, right? We'll see. We'll see. I can't. It would seem that my life force is like, don't plan too much in the future. Because, yay, Melanie. Hey, Melanie, where are you in the world? Where are you guys? Are you guys all like in the States? Quite a few of you, I think, are in America. Right now in France, it is, I think, just gone 1 o'clock. It's like afternoon time for sure. And yeah, I just have been feeling super intense. Like the last couple of days, there have been some hardcore Florida. Nice. There have been some hardcore triggers that have just like hit me. And Oregon, Wales, in Wales. Oh my God, Melanie, hello. You're not far from me at all. Yeah, the shifts have been purging stuff. This is why it's weird, and the relentlessness of it is like things I think are totally gone and dusted, and then like stuff comes up. Awesome, Texas. Yeah, quite a few of you are in America, and then stuff comes up, and I'm like, whoa, I haven't seen that energy for a while. Like a sort of disempowered or less than. Yeah, look. So this will be our evening time where we have this beautiful fireplace in the middle. It's lovely, isn't it? It's like rustic. We're at the highest point. So the cabin, the chalet has like sun all day long, and it sleeps, I think, 14 people, but I don't want to have more than sort of 8 or 10 people. I want to keep the retreats pretty small. Only just found you and you've done a bunk. No, I'm coming back on Sunday. Don't worry. I'm coming back to the UK on Sunday. And we're still getting ready to be launching our online courses, which is cool. We're excited about them, and it's been really fun creating content. And you know, this is the stuff, right? It's like giving people access to higher consciousness means addressing issues and giving people tools to make those changes in a loving way, not in a preachy way or making people feel bad about how much we consume, but like in a super loving way. Where are you based? So Brighton, I see clients, so my private clients are mostly in central London. And I also have a base in North Devon. Yeah, so I'm quite kind of nomadic. Indeed, I live in London. I live in London, UK, and I travel between Brighton and Devon. You guys will get this, but as an empath, the more you increase your energy, the more sensitive you are. And after 3 or 4 days in London and Brighton, I usually need to kind of retreat. Well, Brighton's a nice retreat from London even, but then Devon or coming to a place like this is like needing to power down, needing to be alone, needing to be in nature, you know? Right? Last night we all got in quite late. The fire was lit, and we did yoga this morning. So I did some yoga with everybody, and then a bunch of the people here, they're out paragliding. So that's another idea that the owner of this place has is doing yoga and paragliding retreats. So yay. If I get to go paragliding, I'll definitely post some stuff. Awesome. Awesome, Melanie. Well, whenever you're in the neck of the woods, give us a shout. Let us know. So you guys, I love you loads. I hope that brought some lightness to you, some clarity that you're never alone, that the energies are thick. We're still clearing stuff, you guys. But that there's promise of much beauty for us and much abundance for us and much love here, right? We got it. How do we accept where we are? We accept it 100%, unapologetically. Even when we're in the densities, we just gotta love it. Oh my God, see, paragliding, it's one of those things, right? It's coming up from Serbia. I will, yes, you guys. You guys, thank you so much for all the love. Drawing your videos over and over as long as it didn't draw me. Just bumped into her here. Lovely location. Love from Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, you guys. I'm just smothering you with love vibration across the nation. And maybe one day we'll see each other here in the French Alps doing yoga and talking about consciousness and the new paradigm. Love you guys. Have a gorgeous day, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Bye. Peace out. Love all.